The patch note 1.8.36 just dropped in the advanced server with major updates. The long-awaited Leslie and Chang'e Spirants are coming soon. The Season 31st skin for Yi Senshin is coming out soon, along with epic skins for Beatrix. And not only that, there are new squads too, new rank logos and whatnot. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will talk about everything that patch note 1.8.36 brought with it. Let's start with all the hero adjustments. Aurora has undergone a few adjustments. For skill 1, the cooldown has been changed from a constant 6 seconds to a range between 6 to 4 seconds. Also, the second stage damage is now reduced by 30 in the early and late game. The magic power has also been cut down by 5%. Moving to skill 2. It's been buffed. Not only the visuals and effects are revamped, but Aurora can now freeze enemies across an entire range. These adjustments to Aurora's skills have both positive and negative implication on the battlefield. While her burst damage potential has been reduced, her crowd control capabilities have been significantly improved. Players will need to adapt their playstyle to make the most of these changes and use Aurora's crowd control skills strategically to secure victories. Vexana has received some buffs. Her skill 1 sees several tweaks. The range is now wider and the skill's flying speed has increased. There is a new effect added, enemies hit are slightly knocked back and the second blast activates much faster. However, the cooldown is increased from 3 seconds in the early and 2.5 seconds in the late game.
It is a blessing to bloom and
Skill 2 receives a significant buff. The cast delay is reduced by 0.45 seconds. The slow effect on enemies within the target area has been removed. Also, the mana cost is now lower by 60 in the late game. Additionally, the cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds in the early game and 1.5 seconds in the late game. These changes aim to make Vexana more efficient and versatile in the combat, with faster and more responsive abilities in her kit. CC also has been tweaked. Starting with her passive, each Take of Delight now gives 1% movement speed and 1.5% spell ramp. These benefits double when Delight is full, enhancing CC's mobility and sustain. Skill 1 has been slightly tweaked. Its cooldown is reduced by 0.5 seconds. A new aspect is added. Control effects will pause CC's attacks but won't stop the skills. However, the maximum damage to creeps is reduced by 50 in the early and late game. Skill 2 sees a boost with the speed of second leap slightly increased, making CC more agile. Lastly, her ultimate is also buffed. The cooldown is now shorter, down by 9 seconds in the early game and 7 seconds in the late game. Additionally, the slow effect is enhanced by 10%, making it more potent. These changes improve her mobility, sustain and crowd control potential. The additional cooldown changes make her skills much more spammable, which makes me even more excited for her release, making her a more versatile and formidable hero in various combat situations. Kimi has undergone a few nerfs. Kimi's skill 1 has been adjusted to balance her mid to late game performance. The energy cost of this skill is now a consistent 4 at all levels. Additionally, the crit hit chance of skill 1 is reduced by 2.5% in the early game and 5% in the late game. These changes are aimed at moderating Kimi's damage output as the game progresses. These adjustments to Kimi's skill 1 are likely to affect her battlefield performance by reducing her damage output in both the early and late games. This may make her less of a dominant force during the different phases of the match. Let's dive into the latest nerfs for Alice. Alice's skill 2 has been toned down. The maximum HP bonus from this skill is now reduced, going from a range of 5% to 15% down to just 3.5% to 6%. From her ultimate, the mana cost has been increased by 20 in the early game and 40 in the late game. These changes collectively aim to reduce Alice's effectiveness in terms of damage and resources management during different phases of the game. Barrett's has been on the receiving end for some adjustments. Firstly, Barrett's passive is getting a buff. The defense buff per stake is now adjusted to range from 2 to 8. Previously, it was between 3 to 6. This change offers a more dynamic defense scaling based on the gameplay. Moving on to skill 2. It's been slightly nerfed. Now the stun duration will end as soon as the push effect concludes. This modification optimizes the impact of skill 2, making engagements with Barrett's more strategic. The adjustment to Barrett's abilities aim to make his gameplay more dynamic and strategic. His passive now offers variable defense scaling, while the modification to skill 2 requires player to use it more strategically for maximum impact on the battlefield. Next, let's check out all the buffs received by Masha. Skill 1 has been buffed. The percentage damage bonus based on the target's maximum HP is increased by 1% in the early game. Also, the cooldown for Skill 1 is reduced by 1 second. The buffs to Masha's abilities are designed to enhance her performance in the early game and promote more intense combat. The increased percentage damage bonus and reduced cooldown for Skill 1 contribute to her early game strength and presence on the battlefield. Khalid this week has received some nerfs. Skill 1 has been nerfed. The base damage has been reduced by 125 in the late game. Additionally, there is a slight reduction in Khalid's energy regeneration per jump. The slight reduction in energy regeneration per jump might limit his ability to use his skills frequently, impacting his overall performance on the battlefield. And finally, let's discuss Nolan's nerfs. Both Skill 1 and Skill 2 have increased cooldown of 0.5 seconds in the early game. These adjustments are intended to balance Nolan's early and mid-game performance by reducing his ability to quickly gain advantages during the early phases of the match. Let's move to battlefield adjustments. Beatrix has been redesigned to better support fighters with good sustainability. It's now optimized for boost during the building phase. The physical attack attribute has been reduced by 15. Also, there is a change in the build path. Dagger is replaced by Auger Tomahawk with the same cost. The unique passive of Beatrix, Fighting Spirit, is reworked. Now dealing damage to heroes grants 16 extra physical attacks per second for 4 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. At full stakes, gain 15% extra damage and spellwhamp. The adjustments to Beatrix aim to better support fighter heroes with sustainability and a focus on the early game building phase. The reduction in the physical attack, change in the build path, and the reworked unique passive Fighting Spirit encourage fighters to engage more aggressive and sustained combat, potentially impacting their role and playstyle on the battlefield. Brute Force Breastplate also gets a buff. Its unique passive Brute Force is reworked. Taking damage from heroes now grants 5 extra hybrid defense per second for 4 seconds, stacking up to 6 times. At full stakes, gains 15% extra movement speed and control duration reduction. Roaming boots have been adjusted as well, initially providing an extra 25% EXP and gold from assist for entire match. It's now adjusted to give an extra 45% EXP and gold, but only for the first 8 minutes of the match. Summoned unit targeting logic has undergone some changes. Units like Sun Doppelganger, Hanzo's body during his ultimate, Atlas using skill 2, and Guinevere's Shadow, which has a HP similar to heroes, are treated as heroes for targeting. This means skills that can't target heroes won't affect these summons, for example Retribution. After testing a couple of times, we see that Retribution is still affecting Sun's Doppelganger, which means this update is not live yet. Stay tuned to find out how it works. There is a jungling skill update. To fix some experience glitches, if a hero dies while jungling, the ongoing damage from the hunter skill in jungling boots will stop affecting the creep. After some testing, I still couldn't see the results properly. Maybe this one is not live too. Looks like we just have to wait. Displacement skills have undergone some optimization. All displacement skills have been improved. Now if the skill indicator is close to or over an obstacle's edge, the hero can move through that obstacle. Heroes can now pass obstacles if their maximum displacement distance reaches the far edge of the obstacle and they choose a location near that edge.
If you can predict the enemy's moves,
Displacement skills indicator for Lolita, Sun, Yi Sun-shin, Roger, Irithel, Argus, Martis and Dairoth have been adjusted accordingly. The skill description for Guinevere's skills have been made simpler and more straightforward. Let's move on to system adjustments. The How to Improve section has been removed from the match settlement page. Information for certain heroes on the Land of Dawn world map has been updated for better accuracy and detail. The quality of the rank icon and loading border has been improved. Moving on to surveys and more. First we have the epic skin surveys for Beatrix. Design 1 is called Demon Hunter. It shows adds a demonic look to Beatrix with that outfit. Her weapons with the demonic wings and purple color tones looks vibrant and cool at the same time. The horns added to her is very sleek. Design 2 is called Extreme Fun Chase. This is more colorful and vibrant in nature. Her Nibiru looks very cute with those emojis and rainbow trails. This emoji amulet just adds a flair of cuteness to it. But my favorite part will be her facial features. Looks very vibrant, doesn't it? And this is design 3 named Roseblood Disciple. The black and red themed color tones looks very appealing on Beatrix. The halo behind her and the purple gem necklace adds even more complexity in the design. Her weapons also looks decent, nothing out of the box though. And the last design is called Thunder Ninja. This one is my favorite out of them all. It's like Beatrix became a modern day ninja. The color tones and vibes are more kind of the Atomic Pop series, but the design features like this scroll are ninja take. Which design was your favorite out of them? Comment down below. Next is the finalized survey of Eve Starlet skin. The white outfit is very pleasant to see and I can't wait till it's out, probably in the month of February next year. Following it are these 3 designs of Xavier's Starlet skin. The first design looks flamboyant and gives heavenly vibes from it. The red and orange tones of the skin makes it shine even brighter. The design 2 is more like a classier one with those white probe and golden stripes. The magic orb in his hand is a very interesting add-on, but the best design out of them is design 3 with the greenish color tones. It feels like it belongs to Heavenly Artifact skin series. Too good for a Starlight skin survey, I think. If finalized, I think it would make to epic or collector tier. Now let's see the upcoming squad series. The first member is Harley with his skin design named Koinobori Harley Taro. And don't ask me what that means. If you noticed Harley's wand, it literally has 3 fish who were holding his magic orb in the middle. Even his head has fish scales. His probe fits him well and yes, he is wearing slippers. Second member is Diggy-chan, the Golden Toad Sage. The creator sure becomes creative with the names in this series. But not to complain, the name fits him well, with his worms becoming literal toad summons. His wand looks very creative and the probe he wears in this is very creative too. And the last member is Glue, pretending to be samurai. I told you the names are very creative and I don't think Glue is pretending here. He actually looks a samurai here. His samurai helmet and unique samurai armor adds a very unique touch to the design. Even the splits have their own samurai helmets. How can this make him a pretending samurai? The next squad consists of 5 members with epic skins. First member is Hilda with a deer power DT design. Her X looks cool and deer horns added to her jacket is very sleek. Her outfit looks modern and adds more sleekness to the design. The second member is Benedetta, Golden Horn Great King. Duh, how can she be a great king? But the design sure makes her look like a great queen. The golden horn and the golden outfit are very satisfying to watch. Not to mention her golden scabbard looks even more satisfying. The third member is Dairoth, is with his rain power deity. The blue monotonous color theme fits him well. The sky blue disc on his ends are very well designed and his horns looks even more cooler in this design. The fourth member is Julian with his silver horn Great King design. The design is more modern than others and his safety glasses is very nice touch to the design. His chain looks cool, but I can't comprehend what's at his back. Help me out in the comment section. And the last member is Moscow with his Tiger Power deity design. This one's even more interesting with the deity literally coming out from his right hand. His t-shirt with tiger print on it is a very nice addition. Which was your favorite out of them all? Now let's move on to other updates. Starting with Season 31 skin, which will be Yi Sun-shin. Here is the artwork for him. We will update you with all the skill effects once they are out, so make sure to turn on your notification. Next are the updated rank logos with their borders coming in the next season. The Master rank logo and border followed by Warrior rank logo and border. Next is the Master rank logo and border. This will be updated logo for Grandmasters along with its border. The new Epic rank logo and border will be like this. The Legend rank logo and border something like this. And this is the Mythic rank border and logo. The Mythical Honor logo along with its border. And finally the Mythical Immortal logo and its border. The Season 31 profile background are like this. The normal background after reaching Mythical Honor. And the animated profile background after reaching Mythical Glory. Good news for everyone waiting on the Aspirant event update. Leslie Aspirants and Chang'e Aspirants will make their entrance in the next year. To add your excitement, it's expected to be collection of all Aspirants event put together, which means all previous Aspirant skins are expected to be also available in the Aspirants event. But do not confuse it with the Aspirants events coming out tomorrow. It will consist of Ruby and Angela's Aspirant skin. And the Christmas box is confirmed to make a comeback around the end of the year with all the previous collector skin up for grab in the epic chest box. And finally we have the survey for hero number 124. Let's call him Desert Fox for now. We have covered all the information we got on him in this video, so make sure to check it out after this. So are you excited about the upcoming Leslie and Chang'e Aspirants? Which Beatrix skin survey was your favorite? Share your thoughts down below in the comment section. That will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.